What's up, YouTube? What's up? What's up? What's up with y'all guys and girls out there? It's your boy, Purpose in Action. You got me back in the saddle, y'all. Got me back in the saddle. Over here at KLLM, got some stuff to show you now. I want to make this video to show y'all how you can make at least $10,000 in your first 30 days when you come over to KLLM. Now, I want to be honest. You all know, if you watched any of my other videos that I made before I went to Landstar and got my own authority, all that, I've always spoke pretty highly of KLLM, right? And there was nothing behind it. There was no referral bonus or none of that or whatever. So just to be transparent, yes, they do have the referral bonus back, okay? So if you're going to be watching my videos, if you're going to be, connecting and seeking information and things like that, the way I see it, just put my name down, put my information down. We could do the referral bonus. We can communicate about, what the payment will be, how it'll work out, and we could get that straight. I'm gonna have my information on here. I'm gonna have my email somewhere, one of these corners. You probably just saw it. Probably throw my email somewhere in another corner or something by the end of the video. That way you can have a way to contact me. Also, I got it plastered all over my my video and everything. So without rambling too much, because people say I ramble, right? As if I'm gonna kind of jump straight into it. All right. So as you all may know, KLLM right now is doing a $5,000 sign-on bonus. Now that is legitimate. That sign-on bonus really is paid out within your first 30 days of coming here. It's not a gimmick. They're really paying it out. So, all right, I'm going to be honest. That's going to be at least half of the 10K you can make your first 30 days here, right? So I say 10K. You may actually make more than 10K depending on how you run your first 30 days here. You may make less depending on how you run your first 30 days here. But in this video, I'm going to show you how you could pretty much run within reason and make about $10,000 plus your first 30 days here. All right. So once you do your application, right? You decide you're gonna come over. You do the application, and you put me on your application, my name and my truck number, right? Right. And they get you a date to start, an orientation date. All right. Once you come in week 1. I already made a video on orientation, if I'm not mistaken. If I haven't, I'll check back. That's a whole nother thing. When you come in week 1, you do your orientation for that week, right? So what happens is when you're done with the process and it's Friday and I already picked your truck out and this for lease. Now it's for lease, okay? Just to be clear, it's for lease. You already pick your truck out and you pretty much know, hey, everything's a go. What they're going to tell you is that you have to accept a load by, if I'm not mistaken, you have to be dispatched on a load by that Wednesday night. Payday is on Thursday. By that Wednesday night at 11 in order to get the first half of your sign-on bonus, right? Okay, and this is after orientation. Okay, so this is what you need to do throughout the course of that week. First off, you need to wait on getting your inverter put in. You need to wait on that. When I went through, a lot of guys, they went ahead and got the inverter put in. And what they do, they take $250 out of your first 2 checks, if I'm not mistaken. And, they was just like, oh, man, you need an inverter. You got to have it. And I'm not disputing that. It is nice to have. But to put it in perspective, I've never had one. I just got one put in my truck a little while ago. So you don't have to have that. So I opted to wait. I said, I don't want that $250 coming out of my check that comes to me. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to wait. I decided to wait and come back around after I built up my maintenance account and got the inverter put in about a month later, give or take or something, and just having to pull it out of my maintenance account rather than missing out on that $500, basically straight out of my check, plus money going to my maintenance account. So if you just hold off a little, you can save yourself $500 that's coming out of your check early on, right? So that's the first step to getting this 10K. Deny the inverter. Keep that $500 in your pocket, right? So, all right, the next step, the first 2 weeks you won't have a truck payment, okay? So whatever, let's just say your truck payment is $500, you know. Let's just throw that out there. Let's just say throw a number, 500 out there. I don't know what model you're gonna have or what your payment's gonna be. So let's just say 500. The first 2 weeks, that 500 does not come out of your check, right? So what you need to do, you need to take advantage of that. So when you come to orientation, you need to come with enough clothes and enough of whatever you need to where when you're finished with orientation, you can run, you can drive. Going home would be an option. You see, a lot of people got caught up because after orientation, they couldn't really take a load because they was waiting around like trying to get something to go home so they can get the rest of their clothes and get their stuff and all that, all right? When you come to orientation, bring, you know, whatever you feel like you may need that you can carry within reason to run and go, get the wheels turning. Now, you can get a load going by your house on the way through or something. You could do that. But come as prepared as you can to actually run and make money, okay? Do that. It's going to be big because it's going to open your options up to the loads you can take coming out the yard once you're done with orientation, all right? So that's that, okay? So what you're going to do when you finish orientation this Friday, boom, you go to dispatch, you get a load, you get rolling. You get rolling right then, okay? So now we're going to get into the money or whatever. I'm going to show you how this go, all right? So you know you got your $5,000 sign-on bonus paid out over 30 days, correct? All right. So week 1, you got your $2,500. You get your first half of your sign-on bonus, right? That's going to come. This payday is Thursday. So that's $2,500 right there, okay? Then what you need to do, you need to go out and run enough, okay? You don't have a truck payment. You need to try to do enough driving to make at least $1,000 on your check, okay? That's in addition to this. It's very doable, okay? It's very possible from Friday to the next Thursday with no truck payment. It's very possible to make at least $1,000, and you'll probably make more, to be honest with you. You probably make even more than $1,000 check. So you have your $2,500 plus your $1,000 from you running your miles, okay? That'll give you $3,500, right? So also, if you put me on your application, we're just gonna call it 500 for now, okay? I don't know. I mean, we're gonna call it 500. Let's just say that week 1, I shoot you another 500, okay? Boom. So now you're up to $4,000, right? So that's your first check. You could be looking at about $4,000. That's almost all of it right there, okay? So with your sign-on bonus, your money from running your miles and not getting your inverter put in, you know, because that would have cost you $250. You get your $3,500 plus another $500. You know, let's just call it $500. That's $4,000, right? Right. Cool. So you come into week 2, you should be rolling strong, all right? Because you're gonna have a whole week to run and just go and get it in, okay? So week 2, you come into it. Hey, it's within reason to get about a $1,800 check, okay? Because you don't have a truck note coming out, okay? And this, you may make a bigger check. I'm just saying, you may make a bigger check. You may make a slightly smaller check. I don't know, but the number we aiming for, let's just call it $1,750 because it's doable, right? It's very doable. So the second week, you get a check, $1,750. So now, over 2 weeks, you're up to $5,750, okay? Over 2 weeks, right? Rolling the third week, same thing. You're rolling strong. You're making your money, okay? But now the third week, your truck payment coming out, okay? So we're going to put you at a base at about $1,250, which is doable. You might make more, might make a little less depending on how you run or what you got going on and how hard you run. But we're going to call it $1,250. Okay, they're going to put you at $7,000 at week 3. All right, week 4, okay? So week 4, that's when you get your other $2,500, okay? So it's not exactly 4 weeks. What it is, 30 days after you get this, 30 days after that payday is when you get that. So if you get this on, say, April the 2nd, on May the 2nd, you get your other half. So it's paid out in 30 days, all right? So you get your other $2,500 plus another $1,250 check from you running and getting your miles, okay? That's going to bring you out to really almost $11,000. They're going to bring you out to about $10,750, all right? Now, just being honest, you know, it's all on you. It's all on how bad you want to hit this number and, you know, how much money you want to make. let it be understood, these 1250s or whatever, I just feel like that's a good fair number, okay? I just like it's a good square number to call your pay at. You know, you're gonna have some $1,400 checks, 1,300, you know, 11, 12, you know, and then when you go home, it's gonna be less. When you go, let's just be honest, when you go home, you're gonna make about a $500-$600 check, depending on how long you go home. You know, if you go home for like just a day or two, you'll probably still get about $1,000 check maybe. But if you go home 3 days, you know, 4 days, something like that, you'll probably come out with about a $500 or $600 check, give or take. You should, you know. So that's not gospel now. Don't hold me to that. Don't call me when you come here like, man, you said I was gonna make this. Don't do that now. I'm just saying. So that pretty much it. That's the rundown of it. It's simple. You just gotta come ready to run. Limit your expenses up front and make your money. That's what you gotta do. So what I did was I came in, and I'm not saying I made this. I'm not saying that, but I realized that's what could be made, you know, throughout the process. But I came in and I got my inverter put on after week 4. I got chains so I could run the Cali. That was about $200. I did that. No, I got my inverter after about week 3, I think, because I had enough of my maintenance to get it in. So I got my inverter week 3. I got my chains week 4. That was like $200. So you know, I just was getting everything set up, but like out of my maintenance account, you know. So yeah, this is pretty much it, y'all. This is how you can do it. And this here is just pretty much a little X factor. That's a little gravy for your biscuit, you know, put your own over the top. So yeah, I haven't made a video in a while. I know y'all see it's a whole different vibe, whole different setup. We got some lighting, we got the clipboard, all that. So we'll be doing videos like this moving forward. A little more I guess informative, whatever you want to say, whatever you want to call it, you know. But if you got any questions, hit me up. You know, I got my email set up. It's purposeinaction100@gmail.com. That has been serving me well. Been doing a lot of communicating back and forth with people with questions about various segments of the trucking industry, my opinion and my views on things. You know, so just hit me up. You know, once again, the email address, it'll be in this corner, probably something like that. I don't know, one of these corners. So just jot that down. Shoot me an email. If you need my number, shoot me an email. I'll give you my number. I don't mind talking, texting, whatever. Just whatever you prefer to communicate. But in the meantime, in between time, y'all keep it in the road and don't do nothing I wouldn't do, all right? Okay? Okay?